All right, it's 8 o'clock. Welcome to TrueStrikeTV. I have, as always, my favorite co-host ever. I have Vendetta Primus here. Welcome to episode 2 of TrueStrikeTV. We're going to be doing a little bit of talking today. I'm missing a co-host. We miss Yoseki. He's pretty busy and can't make it today, so that's okay. We'll be all right with just me and Vin.
And Wyatt.
and baby Wyatt's here to liven up the party with some colors, apparently. All right, so getting started here, what we're going to do first of all is I wanted to talk a little bit about. There was one thing that was on my mind today. Ven and I were talking as we were doing some stuff earlier today. I was doing my expert roulette, and I got a little frustrated, I gotta be honest with you, with the tank. A couple of reasons. One, you could tell he was extremely impatient, and I understand the impatience. I completely get that. Let's get through this. It's the same thing we've been doing since 3.0 came out, and yada yada yada. It's the same thing over and over. I get it. Let's get it done fast. I get that. There was also a beginner in our party. We also had a black mage and myself, and I've been working really hard on maintaining my being in position when I have to do my stuff. And monks are very positional. You have on the right, behind, or on the side, in the back, on the side, in the back, in the back, in the side, all that fun stuff. I like the way Forgo tanks. I like the way George tanks. But some of those tanks out there, you guys really need to be a little bit more patient with some of the people you're with. Grabbing a whole slew of mobs and just running like crazy for the exit is not good tanking. I'm glad that you can handle that many and you've got the oomph to be able to take it, the hit points to be able to take those hits. But at the same time, yeah, ask your healer. You know what I'm talking about, Forgo. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's the frustrating thing. To sit there and we all do our best to, not just messing up rotations, but you've got a black mage who's got to try and keep up with it. You've got a black mage who needs to keep up with everything, and it's difficult for black mages. If you've got a whole bunch, you can't sit there and cast something. You have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Ninjas can stay right up there and do all the stuff that they need to do, whatever, that's great. But as far as the rest of us go, who have our rotations, our positions we have to fill, I don't like just spamming some of my AoE stuff. That's not what I that's not what I enjoy doing. Let me, once we get to the boss, that's great. You let me do my thing. That's fantastic. The trash mobs, I get it. Yeah, but I kind of see that, Forgo. But at the same time, he said black mages are equal hate killers.
We are not.
So the way that you and George tank, I have never had a problem. I've never seen a problem from anybody. When I've seen black mages, you guys don't have a problem keeping hate. You guys know what you're doing. Those tanks who grab a whole bunch of things, it was me, an astrologian. I went as Dragoon, an astrologian, a black mage, and a paladin. And it kind of threw the astrologian off for a second, because the astrologian is sitting there and single casting stone skin on everybody first. And I get that. You want to get that done out of the way, whatever, and then you pop your provoke, or provoke, your protect. Well, in the middle of the white mage finishing up her last stone skin on me, she was getting ready to cast Protect, and the paladin cast it as the astrologian was trying to get everything done. To me, it just came across as rude, you know. But bacon. And I understand that, and I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy or anything like that. And that's not what the point of this broadcast is. It's just something I wanted to address before we got started. Thank you. Okay. Now that that's out of the way. Yes, Kitty. Anyway, I believe that Vin also promised a dance. Did you promise a dance?
No, I promised naked.
Oh, you promised naked. That's right.
I'm as naked as I can get.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway. Okay, so I got that off my chest. No, you have a nice butt. Anyway, thank you, Wyatt. Moving on, I wanted to get into talking a little bit about Deep Dungeon. I wanted to talk a little bit today about the Relic Weapons and see how people are going along with that. I know a lot of people, especially George, they have all of their Relic Weapon stuff. I'm not surprised that... George, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you have all of them. I can pause for a second here while you respond. I know there's a slight delay.
Is he listening?
I don't know. I've got only Paladin working on Dark and War. Not surprised. One of the best tanks in the game.
Oh, that's a great picture.
It is a great picture. Screenshot and screenshot. It's all going to be black. Anyway, that's a terrible screenshot. Anyway.
Like you're a paper now.
Yeah, I am. I'm spying on George. As far as Deep Dungeon goes, I tried Pug Deep Dungeon for from 41 to 50, and I failed. I ended up getting 2 more DPS and a Dark Knight who couldn't stay alive to save his life. It was sad. It was really sad. We barely made it, and I mean barely. We had 10 minutes left to the final boss, and Palace of the Dead is phenomenal. I love it, Forgo. It's a blast. I was listening to a podcast by this little-known podcast group called Limit Break Radio. Don't know if you've heard of them. I say that tongue-in-cheek, of course, because everybody's heard of Limit Break Radio. They were... Escalia is a Dragoon there, and he said he got to, like... if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard him say he got to, like, floor 107 as a Dragoon, and that just blows my mind.
Can you give a quick shout-out to Aura Kitty?
Oh, I will give a quick shout-out to Aura Kitty from Vin. Thank you for watching... or listening, rather. Oh, go, yay! Go POD! Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I do love Palace of the Dead. I think it's a blast. But Escalia, he was able to make it, he said, to like floor 107 solo as a Dragoon, which just blows my mind. Like, I can, as a Dragoon by myself, I can get halfway through.
Whatever.
Like, what? Yeah, whatever. Indeed. I go as Dark Knight into Palace of the Dead because I can heal myself as a Dark Knight.
I have Summoner.
I have no problem. Yeah, Summoner.
Tighten on him.
Yeah.
Work his ass.
not, going summoner, going as a healer. I've heard of people doing all the way up to 150. These are just rumors, mind you, not anything I've actually witnessed. Rumors of people doing all the way up to 150 solo. As a healer, I get that. But what boggles my mind in that situation is that I'm not surprised. Bacon grease just all over your bare naked chest. Anyway, getting through to anything higher than floor 30 for me as a Dark Knight poses itself as a challenge, and that's what just floors me. I have not even been able to make it past floor 51. No clue how people are doing this. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised. You probably use second wind like every chance you got, I'm assuming. Kitty, did you go with a whole bunch of... oh, by the way, for those of you listening and not actually able to watch, i.e. Aura Kitty, Kitty said that she worked her way through with Monk starting on floor 51 and made it to like 53, but it's the horde of mobs that make it difficult to solo. So, yeah, and that's something that you have a time limit. So how, as a healer, can you go through all of that by yourself without running into that time limit? I mean, anybody? Oh, good grief, Fargo.
Healer's equals tank. White mage tank for the win.
Oh, yeah.
Or Astro and balance card yourself.
I was listening to another podcast. I listened to several podcasts just to kind of get their take on some of this stuff. And it was, what was I listening to? I was listening to Gather Together, Final Fantasy 14, Yelta, Asumasu, and, oh my word, he's going to kill me if he's listening, Rubicon Vale. They are both on Excalibur, which is awesome, and they were talking about I had gone back a few just to kind of hear what they had to say about 3.4 and 3.45, and as they were talking about 4, they were talking about Astro, and Rubicon is a healer, and he started talking about Astro, and just after listening to Vin talk about Astro, and like Vin is